Hey everybody, Chris the Old Ass Retro Gamer here. Today I'm going to talk about another video gaming, not console, peripheral that I've added to my collection recently. And I'm not going to beat around the bush today, I'm just going to flat out show you what it is. The PSVR, or the PlayStation VR for those of you who are not into the whole brevity thing.
The dude abides.
So, here's the backstory. I was not initially interested in this at all. I thought it looked really gimmicky, almost like the Wii and the motion controls, so I was like, eh. Plus, it was really expensive, and I said to myself, yeah, you do not need that because you kind of have a pressing need to buy food and pay your rent. Plus, I wasn't really seeing a whole lot of the games that were all that interesting, but mind you, I was not really paying attention to it either. Over the summer, Jason of Corpse Flood Gaming contacted me and said, hey, I know you said you were kind of interested in the PSVR. There's a guy here in Canada who is selling one on a Facebook group, and it's about $120. It didn't have the game that was included with it, but I mean, it is complete. It still came in the box and had everything with it, and it was barely used. I thought about it for a little while, and I pretty much came to the conclusion that, yeah, I'm never gonna find one of these in that price range. Might as well jump on it while you can. So I did. He picked it up for me because he's an awesome guy and he's a frickin' enabler like none other, and he shipped it to me in a Pampers box. Came with everything you see here, the camera, the 2 Move controllers, the headset. Did not come with PlayStation Worlds. I ended up having to get that on my own. Spoiler alert! Here's the headset in all of its glory. It is very lightweight, surprised the hell out of me. I thought this thing was going to be this big, bulky, heavy thing that was going to feel like I was wearing a 10-pound weight on my head. And the 2 Move controllers. I've never used these before, so this was a new experience for me. Did remind me a little bit of playing the Wii, like I complained about earlier, but it really works. And I'm not going to show the camera because that is attached to my television right now. It's fully adjustable, it stretches out here, you press a button on the back on this headband, and it extends to allow you to place it on your head, and then you can adjust your focal length with that button underneath that lets this headset part extend. You plug it into your PlayStation 4, and you're good to go. It lights up and everything. The PlayStation camera sees the lights on it, on the headset and on the Move controllers, tracks your movement extremely well. I mean, it is amazing how responsive this thing is. And for all intents and purposes, this is essentially a budget model virtual reality system. This is not nearly as complex as the Oculus Rift or any of the other PC versions that are out there right now. It is extremely impressive regardless. I mean, the things that this thing does, it almost broke my brain the first time I played this. I was like, wow, this is way better than I ever anticipated. Virtual reality is like this all-encompassing virtual world in your peripheral vision. I mean, it is not just a screen in the middle of the viewfinder. It surrounds you, and when you turn your head to look, it follows and continues the view. It has a microphone built in right here, allows for easy streaming, which I've been doing. If you've been watching my channel, I've streamed a lot of stuff lately, so you have a few spoilers to some of the games that I have in this stack over here. It also has a headphone jack to allow you to listen to the games you are playing or the movies you are watching. Not every game uses the Move controllers. A lot of them use the standard PlayStation 4 controller, which is fantastic. There are also other peripherals out there, kind of like the aim controller, which is essentially a gigantic light gun. I did not expect this thing to be this big, but it is very comfortable.
Say what?
Plus, this thing allows you to watch 3D Blu-rays in the headset. It is essentially mimicking 3D already. All these 3D Blu-rays that I have in my collection, I can now use because I don't have a 3D TV. There's a video on that coming up soon. And another cool thing is Hulu, YouTube, Netflix all have virtual reality modes. There's TV shows that are in virtual reality. People film in 360 modes so you can look around while you're watching somebody like James Rolfe talk. I know he just released one. So there are games that are specifically made to play with this device. There are other games that have modes built into it that take advantage of the PSVR as well. And trust me, there are a ton of games available digitally. There's so many that it's hard to keep track. And also, a lot of the games that are available digitally are available physically overseas, especially through Hong Kong and Japan, especially Great Britain, man. The UK's got physical versions of almost everything, which is awesome. Specialty game companies like Limited Run have gotten into releasing VR games now also, which is amazing. So there's a lot of stuff out there to play. So don't think that there's like 12 games available for this thing and that's it. So the first thing I did when I bought it was I downloaded a demo for the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare VR demo, which is essentially Wing Commander on steroids. And it was the most amazing thing ever. I mean, I was looking around, you could see your hands, you could see your feet. If I moved the controller, my character's hands would work the controls. You look behind you and you can still see stuff. I mean, it is amazing. I fell in love with the PSVR because of a demo. was that great. I have been buying a ton of VR games for this thing since it showed up, and I will now show them to you. So let's start off with the games that I already had in my collection prior to buying this that had virtual reality functionality built into it. Like Rise of the Tomb Raider, had no idea that this had a VR mode in it until I just recently beat the game, and it's essentially you playing as Lara Croft going through the Croft Manor in virtual reality. Not so much a giant part of the game, it is just basically like a mode you can play alongside the full game. I just beat this game, so now I'm gonna go back and look for some extra items and try out that VR mode. The other was Res Infinite. I got this from I Am 8-Bit a while back. In standard 2D, it is a phenomenal game. It is fun, the music is super catchy. It did have this VR mode built into it, so when my PSVR showed up, I popped this puppy in, and my brain melted out through my ears. This game is fan-freaking-tastic in virtual reality. It is amazing. The immersion factor with this game, it's unparalleled. So far, this is one of the most impressive games I have in my collection. Even though the graphics are very simple, the world that is created in this game is amazing. This one I actually filmed for my big 4-part pickup video that I did a few months back, but I actually cut it out because I wanted to save it for this video. And that is Star Trek Bridge Crew. I got this at Best Buy for like $5 on sale. I had a coupon and they had just discounted this on their website, and I took advantage of it while I could because I had no interest in buying this because I did not own the PSVR when I bought it. They had just released a patch that lets you play it without the VR, which is why I wanted it because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. You get to play as 3 different characters on the bridge of a Starfleet vessel in the science, the tactical, and the captain's chair, and play out missions. This takes place in the J.J. Abrams film universe, but they released a patch right after I picked it up that lets you play in the next generation timeline. Make it so. I did own this game for the Xbox One. I ended up getting rid of it so I can get this version of it. Star Wars Battlefront. Don't really have any interest in playing the game itself. It comes with a VR mode built into it that is not present in the Xbox version. It's a spaceship flight simulator type thing. It's okay. It just lasts for maybe 10 minutes and then it's over. And that's all she wrote, but I did pay like $3 for this, so it was not a big deal. So the first game I bought for the PSVR was the game that was missing from the set, and that's PlayStation VR Worlds. It is essentially a demo disc to show off a whole bunch of different scenarios that are possible with the PSVR. So there's 5 games built into this. They don't last very long. I want to say the longest one might last for an hour and a half, maybe. The shortest one maybe for 20 minutes. So you have the London Heist. It's a British gangster movie that you're interacting with. Really, really cool. Scavengers Odyssey, which is a mech science fiction game. Really, really rad. I love that one. Danger Ball, which is basically Glove Ball from the NES done in virtual reality, and it is a ton of fun. I really liked it. VR Luge, which is exactly that. It's virtual reality luge racing. It's not that exciting. And the one that almost gave me my first panic attack in the history of me, Ocean Descent. I've mentioned it before that I have a very intense fear of the ocean because of watching Jaws a lot as a kid, so I have a fear of oceans and sharks. And this one is a game where you're in a shark cage and you're basically looking at the underwater environments and sharks start to show up. So when that first happened, I almost crapped my pants and I could not pull that headset off of me fast enough. Yup. Super hot VR. Picture you're in the training construct in the Matrix films. You know, that big white area, and there's dudes coming at you. If you stand still, time moves extremely slowly, but once you start moving, time speeds up. They're constantly coming at you, trying to kill you. You have a certain amount of weapons at your disposal, and you have to figure out a way to kill everybody that is coming at you without getting killed yourself. It's a puzzle first-person shooter, because as the game goes on, different weapons are introduced that require completely different strategies to use, and it is the most amazing game ever. I beat the crap out of this game. I plan on playing through it again because it's that much fun. I actually had my brother try this out when he came to visit from LA, and he didn't know what to make of it. He was just like, I don't know what's happening to my brain. The Wipeout Omega Collection, I was gonna buy anyway because I love Wipeout. Psygnosis, people. So here's a Psygnosis game to add to the list. Bought it because virtual reality mode, and playing Wipeout in VR is one of the coolest, almost dizzying things I've ever done. It moves so fast, but once you get into the zone, another one where I was gonna buy the game anyway because of what it is. Turns out it has a fantastic virtual reality mode built into it. That's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This is the gold edition, so it has all the DLC already built into it. You can play through the entire game in 2D on your television, or you can play through the entire game in virtual reality, which is how I'm going to do it, and I'm probably gonna scare myself so much that I piss my pants. I will most likely stream this when I do. Psychonauts: The Rhombus of Ruin by Double Fine, one of my favorite developers. It's a sequel to a game that came out for the PS2 and the Xbox way back in the day. It's a first-person version of this game. I haven't tried it out yet. I've been playing a couple of these a little too much. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I will, but Psychonauts in virtual reality sounds amazing. Didn't get great reviews, but I really don't care. You know how I am a huge fan of licensed games? Well, this current generation of consoles, the licensed games have kind of disappeared. Sure, we get Disney ones every once in a while, and there was a Jurassic World game that came out over the summer to coincide with Jurassic World 2 coming out. Mostly licensed games nowadays are made for cell phones, so it shocked the living hell out of me that this license got turned into a VR game. Paranormal Activity: The Lost Soul. What? I hate those movies. They're stupid. But we get an interactive VR horror movie. Haven't tried it yet, but I watched footage of it online before I purchased it, and yeah, it's going down. I've been praising a lot of these games so far, but here is a complete stinker, and that is Loading Human Chapter 1. Number 1, that title is dumb. Number 2, it's boring as hell. And number 3, it controls like crap. It's a science fiction drama type game. There isn't a whole lot of excitement going on, at least from what I've seen, because I haven't played it all the way through yet. I played for maybe an hour, and it's essentially a lot of character building and world building, but not a whole lot of things going on to make you go, ooh, virtual reality is the coolest thing ever. It's really slow. Not the best game I ever bought, but I only got it for like $6 or $7 at GameStop. Another horror game, it's The Inpatient. Haven't played this one yet. It is still wrapped. Got this on Amazon, I think on discount for like $10, so as you can see, I'm trying to get a whole lot of horror games because the whole horror game thing just sounds really cool in virtual reality to me, so I've been buying as many of them as I possibly can, but haven't gotten around to playing any of them yet, but maybe it's because I'm a little afraid to. I don't scare easily, but I have a feeling that these are going to get me. We'll see. The game that I bought at the same time as that aim controller was Farpoint. You can use the DualShock 4 to play this. It's a first-person shooter. It's enhanced if you have the aim controller because you actually have control over where you're shooting, and I highly recommend it. I streamed the last part of the game. It was a lot of fun. I mean, this is fantastic. I love the story. I wish there was more to it. I hope they have a sequel or some add-ons or something because I didn't want it to end where it did. I mean, it's fitting, but I wish there was more because I really liked the universe that this took place in. That science fiction universe. This one I was kind of disappointed in, but everyone keeps telling me it's because I must have screwed something up when I was playing it. And that's Eve Valkyrie. It's like a Wing Commander style virtual reality game. But when I first tried to play it when I bought it, it only showed up as a screen inside the visor. It wasn't all-encompassing. It did not have any virtual reality anything going on. I was like, is this it? So I might as well just play this on my television. So I never went back to it. And when I brought it up to a bunch of people who have played the game, they said, no, you must have done something wrong because this is one of the most immersive games out there. So I will try it again, and maybe I'll report back to you about it. This is a huge deal that this came out for PSVR. And I'm not a big fan of it. Doom VFR. It is the reboot of Doom that came out a couple of years ago, all over again, just done with VR. But you can't move. You have to place a cursor to a place you want to move to, and then you jump to it. So you're basically hopping around to different locations. It's not fun, to me at least. I know a lot of people think it's great. Yeah, playing Doom in VR, I mean, I was freaking out a couple times. There was a couple of jump scares that really got me that I had completely forgotten about when I played through the game originally. For some reason, the developers have not been able to figure out a way to do a first-person shooter in VR where you can actually walk around. I mean, Farpoint kind of does it. You can walk, but you're always walking in a straight line. When you look around, the camera jerks. Or you can just do a 90-degree turn. You can't actually turn to look. It's like these jerky camera moves. It's kind of annoying. It's the only complaint I have about that game. But this one, it feels almost unplayable to me. I really do not enjoy my time with it. Don't Knock Twice, which is another horror game. Battlezone, haven't tried it out yet, but I mean, come on. It looks like VR Tron. It's kind of like a virtual reality remake of the Battlezone arcade game, where it was like a tank combat game that used to be in the arcades back in the early 80s. And I loved that game. I played it all the time on my Atari 2600, so of course I wanted the virtual reality version. Haven't tried this one out either, but everyone tells me this one's fantastic, and that's Batman Arkham VR. A Batman game in virtual reality? Yes.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Like I said, I haven't had time to play it yet, but I will definitely get into it once I can. Another game that I was really disappointed in. I tried streaming it. Zone of the Enders, The Second Runner. This is like an HD remake of Zone of the Enders 2 that came out for, I do believe, the PS2, and I wanted it because Konami mech game in virtual reality. Well, I'm here to report that it does not work at all. It is disorienting and confusing, and it doesn't make any sense. When you attack something, you zoom up to it real fast. The game automatically hones into the closest enemy, and you zoom up to that, so it's constantly you moving around. All you see is just polygons in front of you. You can't tell what anything is because you can't tell what's going on. You can't see what you're fighting. I was getting lost all the time. I did not know which direction I was facing half the time. I do not recommend this one. It will literally make your eyes fall out of your head. Radial-G Racing Revolved, another virtual reality racing game similar to Wipeout, so had to have it because I like those types of games. I am filming this the day before Thanksgiving, so Black Friday is 2 days away from right now. But this year, a lot of the big box stores are selling stuff really early at discounted prices like GameStop, Target, Walmart, Best Buy. So earlier in the week, I purchased a bunch of VR games that were discounted and they showed up today. So I haven't played any of these yet. They're all still sealed, so I'm just gonna go over them real quick. Another licensed game, one that I never thought I'd ever see, Creed Rise to Glory, a boxing game in 3D based on the Creed franchise. Yes. Operation Warcade, it's like playing Operation Wolf, you know, that classic arcade game from the 80s. In virtual reality, so yes, have to have it. Astro Bot Rescue Mission. Astro Bot is part of a demo that you can download for your PSVR. It's a platformer in virtual reality, and it's really fun. I liked it a lot, and then when they decided to give it its own full release, a brand new game with that character, you bet your ass I jumped on it. I didn't think I wanted to pay full price for it, but yeah, I got this for $20 through GameStop. Firewall Zero-Hour, it's another first-person shooter in VR. Let's hope they finally got that walking stuff right. And The Persistence, which is a horror sci-fi game. Can't wait to try this one out too. And then, like I said, certain specialty stores like Limited Run and Strictly Limited have gotten into the VR game as well. Limited Run has really gotten into it lately. One of the games I did not think I would ever buy was from Strictly Limited, and the only reason I bought it was they had like a one-day sale. It was like a flash sale where they were like, hey, you get this for $10. For $10? Yeah, okay, I'll jump on it. VR Ping Pong, table tennis simulator. And you know what? This is a lot of fun. The AI is a little cheap sometimes, but it is a ton of fun. I actually enjoyed playing this so much. I streamed myself trying to get the 1,000 wins trophy. It took about 3.5 hours to do it. I did it, and I streamed the whole time. And you know what? If you listen to me while I'm talking during the stream, I was enjoying myself the whole time. Really, really fun, simple game. And the other one is from Limited Run. I just got this over the weekend, and I already streamed it. That's how much I enjoyed it. And I've been looking forward to this for the longest time because everyone has been telling me how visceral this game is. Thumper. Picture it's a rhythm and a racing game mixed into one. You're basically this metal beetle running down a Hot Wheels track. There are obstacles in your way, and when you pass them, you have to do specific controller movements to beat them. You have to tap the X button when you pass over certain panels. When you do a turn, you have to do a specific move. When you need to break through some barriers, multiple tracks will eventually show up, and you need to cycle between them. Every time you pass one of these obstacles, it adds something to the beat. So the turns leave like a DJ scratching sound. When you pass over one of those markers on the track, it makes a drum beat sound. By the time you're at level 5, which is where I'm at right now in the game, you're creating an entire song because there's obstacles being thrown at you constantly. And it is fantastic. It is fun. It's really addictive. I love it. And the graphic style is fantastic. And the music is awesome too. There you have it, the PlayStation VR. I absolutely love this thing. I'm going to be releasing a Top 3 Tuesday video in the near future talking about the top 3 games you need to have for the PSVR. And I'm also going to be doing a video about the top 10 3D Blu-rays to watch on this thing. So keep an eye out for those. My opinion on this thing is it's absolutely fantastic. For the price point that it was at, even though it was a little expensive for me, even if I did pay the full price, I still think I would have been completely blown away by it. It is amazing. Getting it for $120 makes it even better. There's just so much content out there right now for the PSVR. It is putting a massive smile on my face, and I could not be happier because this thing is my favorite new toy. I've been playing this thing a little bit more than just the standard PlayStation 4. It's that impressive. I absolutely adore it. And if you have the means, I highly recommend you pick one of these up. It is phenomenal. So get on the PSVR if you haven't already. So I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'm the Old Ass Retro Gamer signing off.